There comes a time in almost every NBA star's life when they have to take a pay cut, from the star-level salary they were receiving so far to something much more modest. This year we have 3 players that will earn $20 million less than in previous year, and 10 that will earn at least $10 million less if we compare year to year. Let's check out the top 10 for biggest pay cuts after 2024 season. Number 10 belongs to Hield. A 32-year-old shooter had to take a pay cut of $10.5 million a year. You would think that a 3-point shooter who basically never misses a game would be in high demand in free agency, but that was not the case for him. Finishing the year as a man lost in Sixers postseason rotation surely didn't help things. He probably gets a better fit now with Warriors, but has to accept earning much less than in previous years. Number 9 goes to Tyus Jones. He had to accept a pay cut of almost $10.7 million. After first season as a full-time point guard starter, Jones had to settle for a minimum contract with the Phoenix Suns. Last season he put up a career year in scoring, assists, rebounds, field goal percentage and 3-point shooting in Washington Wizards. That had to sting. Even so, Jones will now be on a huge stage playing for a contender, so if he gets a really good year, he might have a lucrative payday next summer. At number 8, we have Kevin Porter Jr. First, he had to accept being out of the league for the last year, which he spent in Greece. Of course, his past will follow him everywhere, but he is getting a second chance with the LA Clippers. Minimum contract makes his pay cut at level of $13.6 million, but his potential is much bigger. He only needs to get his minutes in Clippers rotation. Number 7 belongs to Tobias Harris. A 32-year-old forward comes back to Detroit with a pay cut of almost $14 million, and it was a little bit of shocker that his pay cut wasn't bigger. After all, the new CBA had most teams' pockets quite tight this offseason, leading some to think Harris would maybe land with a contender this summer on the mid-level exception. Regardless, with his new contract in Detroit, Harris will expand his lead as the highest paid non-All-Star in NBA history. Although we can't discount the possibility that maybe the larger role with the Pistons will help him put up bigger numbers and earn the first All-Star bid, but the chances are not that big. Number 6 goes to Mike Conley. A 37-year-old veteran point guard might be close to losing his starting role. Of course, Rob Dillingham as a rookie won't replace him very quickly, but was drafted to learn from Conley and eventually become a future point guard next to Anthony Edwards. Conley took a pay cut of $14.3 million, and we knew about it since February this year, when he signed a 2-year extension with Timberwolves. The $21 million contract may have been a little below market for a still productive point guard like Conley, but his career earnings are massive, which softens the blow. Plus, his fit with Minnesota is so good that money probably is not a top priority for him right now. At number 5, we have Trent Jr. He probably is the biggest loser of the 2024 offseason. Of course, his pay cut worth almost $60 million is not the biggest one, but he's only 25 years old, and after another solid year. The fact that Trent Jr. in the middle of his prime ranks so highly here may tell you something about how terribly things went for him in free agency. He can likely thank the new CBA for that. On the bright side, there will be plenty of available minutes for him this year in Milwaukee, meaning if he plays well, he could cash in big time next year. Number 4 belongs to Spencer Dinwiddie. After another year with multiple teams, Dinwiddie looks to stay for a longer period in one team. He is taking a pay cut of $18.6 million and is expected to have the same role in Mavericks backcourt as he had in the Lakers last year. He might not even play every game, but this is the price of playing for a contender. Not only a big pay cut, but also a loss of minutes on the floor. Number 3 goes to CP3. It just couldn't go any other way. The Warriors fully guaranteeing the final year of Chris Paul's contract, which would have paid him $13 million in 2025, was always going to be a long shot. So the days of CP3 being one of the highest paid point guards in the NBA are over. He still makes over $10 million this season at age 39, speaks to the respect he commands in the NBA and to how much value head coach Greg Popovich places in Paul spending at least one season throwing lobs to second-year phenom Victor Wembanyama. Still, CP3 opens the group of players with a pay cut over $20 million. At number 2, we have Kyle Lowry. 2024 season was the last year of the final big NBA contract of Lowry's career, one that he signed in the summer of 2021 as part of his sign and trade from Toronto to Miami. That contract was for 3 years and was worth $85 million overall. He now enters the phase of his career in which 1-year minimum contracts with contenders will have to do. And finally, number 1 belongs to Klay Thompson. Thompson will be looking to revive his career in Dallas, but has to do so with the biggest pay cut this year in the NBA. It's worth more than $27 million when we compare year to year. Of course, we know why he made this decision. From the financial point of view, he should be alright though, considering he enters the season as the 22nd highest paid player in NBA history. That's it for today, thanks for watching and I see you next time, bye!